Hello, I'm DanielleStimpson from Learn Reiki Philadelphia and Aquarius. These are your cards for November 2022. I suggest that you check out the overview that gives some insight and perspective given the astrology of the month. That'll give this a whole lot more context. And if you know them, your sun, moon, and rising sign will give you a more complete view of your month ahead. So let's dive right into your cards. The focus of this month is going to be the Eight of Wands. With the Eight of Wands, we have energy is booming forward. Things are moving very, very quickly, which is kind of great when we see the card that represents your recent past. This is, and how you're coming into the month. This is a card that basically says, yes, that energy is behind you. The proverbial wind is at your back. And what really matters now is that you pay close attention to how all of this energy travels. It's time to look at the, fine details and kind of steering all of this momentum that you've built up. So we'll see more about that as we go through. The card that represents your energy and your situation as you enter November is that of Temperance. Temperance is about everything that you've done so far, taking your beliefs, your convictions, and the energy that you're putting into the world and sort of taking everything that's important and balancing it with the things you kind of need to do that maybe aren't super great, but finding a balance where like this can work. Okay, this might not be my idea of A++ perfection, and this will get far more good done than it does anything else. This is a working balance. We can make this happen. So Temperance is about coming to terms with what is and balancing the ideals with that. So that's a great place to start the month. This is part of why it kicks off so much energy, and it does because you have three major arcana out of 5 cards. The card that represents the challenge is the Star, which is really, again, like a great card. So how does the Star show up as a challenge? The Star is this wisdom and guidance that, if you're a spiritual and intuitive person, it will be your guides. If you feel like it's more just sort of intuitive and knowing where to go, this is basically that even in the darkness, when you can't quite see exactly what everything is going to look like when you get there, there is a star of guidance. There is something for you to follow. This is often considered a wish or blessing card, sort of a blessing from your guides that you're on the right path. You're soon to get to where you want to go. In the other side of it is very much that while everything feels good, especially with where you're coming from, you need to really make sure that you keep your eye on the guidance. Yes, there's a lot of incredible booming energy behind you, and it's going in the direction you want it to go in some aspect of your life, or maybe many aspects of your life. And you need to keep a fine eye on what you really want most of all. This is definitely a time to kind of keep your eye on the prize. Don't lose the plot for the momentum. So definitely, the challenge is definitely keeping the things that are the most sacred about all of this. Make sure that you're bringing them first and foremost. The path forward and the course of action shows up as the Page of Coins, which showed up to me as both transverse and right side up. I don't always read reversals. I check in intuitively and using a pendulum. And this wanted to be both ways. So the way forward, the Page of Coins, this is sort of a cautionary tale of the way forward. Page of Coins is about discriminating joy. This is happiness. There's good things. There's good change, but having to be very careful and methodical about how you go about it. The Page of Coins is the slowest of the pages. It's the most mature of the pages, and definitely looks at making sure things are going to be actually viable and really stick. It's no longer just in the world of swords and wands where it's like, we're going no matter where we go, or we're thinking and this sounds like a good idea. I think it's a good idea. This is making it physically tangible and building to make it happen is the Suit of Pentacles. The caution is make sure you are doing things in a measured way. Yes, be happy, and these are good goals, and make sure that you are really discriminating, making sure that these are viable, and watching over the details, crossing the T's, dotting the I's, even though you feel like you've got a lot of, plates spinning. It's saying this is not a time to let the details go by the wayside. Definitely don't do that. So do your best to watch the details. The last card that comes up is the Whispers from your guide. So this is your guides giving you additional inspiration and wisdom, and on top of having had the star in challenge. We have the Hierophant. The Hierophant, the message that your guides want to give you with this is, I don't feel like it's a message of seeking out mentorship nor being a mentor. I feel like this is about going inside and questioning some previously held beliefs and convictions and making sure that your stated values are what you are acting on. So I feel like that shines over the whole reading and tells us that as you've got all of this momentum and as you're seeing a lot of positive change, make sure that anything that you're compromising is worth the compromise and is a reasonable compromise, and that you're not compromising your core values, your stated beliefs, and the things that are truly, truly sacred and important. So this is all good change. You're starting with temperance, balancing those things that don't need to be perfect in order to gain progress, but making sure we don't lose the script over the course of the month. And your spirit guides are definitely there to help you. Given that, I've got pre-night for you, which helps you to say no to unreasonable demands or requests, while it also helps you open up to great spirituality, attainable lessons, and high goals. And blue kyanite, which allows you to better hear and understand the spiritual guidance that you're getting, as well as to radically accept yourself for who you are. And that can make it a lot easier to say, maybe I'm not acting in accordance with my stated beliefs when I do this. Ooh, I didn't consider that. Makes it a lot easier to face that. So with that all said, go ahead and check out your sun, moon, and rising, as well as the overview if you haven't already. And you can learn more about my online Reiki classes, community Discord, my 5 times weekly healing live stream, social media, and crystal shop, all in the description below. Go ahead and subscribe with notifications on so you don't miss out on December's cards. And I wish you all the best and brightest in November.